So we have several major keys that I'd like to confirm. I believe the sequence is seek, scan, pass, peek for the first four. And now we've already confirmed seek from being on a major key hanging on a safe house wall. So let's try to find some other clues to back this up. In a new clue, the draft version, toward the end, there's this line, something overlooked but now in view. And it has a big arrow pointing to an empty line. Overlooked to an empty line. So if we go back a couple pages, and this is a page that had to do with the XYZ ABC, the Metro map, getting the sundial, all that. Starting here we have, and having read this over so many times. Now over is crossed out, but underneath over is a line. It is over line. So if we take this into account, overlooked, pointing at an empty line, and this is over a line that's crossed out, we can go back to the Metro map and we can find the border line. And here's the border line, and over it is number 15. And up here also 15's over it, and over the word line is the word pass. And pass is the third major key that has been solved using the music sheets with the sacred poem. So this effectively confirms that pass is a major key, and we are right on that. We can actually find more keys as well from this. So if we go back to the page talking about the Metro map, we notice that dead end is circled in major key. In the published version, we have dead end 2 major key. And in the original puzzle, we never actually found major keys. We found words talking about burning the sundial base and turning it and all that. However, I think this means we can actually find major keys from this route. And I'll show you how we can accomplish that. If we go back to the draft version, up to the top, we have it platform 8. But then here it says route instead. And what this is saying is, like, let's not start from platform 8, but let's take the 8 route still. And what I mean by that is we have this blue note saying the figure of 8 has long served as a vessel of both death and the unfathomable. And there's a second blue note that also says something very similar to this, that it can represent death. So what we can say, instead of starting on platform 8, let's start on death instead. And death would be 13, dead end. And then if we follow the same directions that the book laid out, if we depart from here, keep left, and this is left from your perspective of leaving 13, we go to Tanner Fork, we go right, and then we go to dead end. But in this case, dead end is 8. And let's jump back to this real quick. We have all the directions, like I said, depart, keep left. But if we go to the very last page, on the very last page it says platform 8. That doesn't make any sense because we're supposed to end, on dead end in the original puzzle. But then it says remove sign from the final illustration. And this is hinting that we should actually be ending on platform 8. And if we go back on platform 8, there's an X. X makes no sense to be there for a start. There's a you are here sign. X's don't mark the beginning, X's mark the end. And then on top of that, there's a blue note in the treasure trove saying the last train has left the station. That's showing you that there's no entrance here. There's no beginning here. This is the ending. And if we go with this idea, we get a different route with different numbers. And using the same pages, or the same books that were laid out in a new clue, we can get some results. So the first one I'll show you is the one in a new clue. Originally it was page 1, word 7, and that came out to the word sundial. However, in this path, these two happen to swap. They literally swap, and so it's no longer page 1, word 7, it's now page 7, word 1. And if we go to the draft version where we got this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the word swap is here. And I should also probably mention the next 4 major keys that were in the sequence I have were seed, swap, mask, and poke. And out of those, I was most confident on swap and mask. And now we've literally swapped the path, we've taken this path the book's telling us, the second path, and we came to the word swap. So this is confirming that swap is a major key. But we can actually get one more. Now the published version says we should get 2 keys, and that makes a lot of sense. The next one is actually Realm and Rune, which is page 8, word 3. 1, 2, 3. And the word raise is a major key in the May 8 lock. Now this is the word I had previously. I believe this actually goes with the word seed or replaces the word seed. And even here, the first word is spouting forth. Now, a seed sprout, granted, but I mean, missing a letter is a theme in this game. And this does pair okay with it, because in the original, the word I had for this, the clue was rogue, which can basically mean removing seeds. The keyword was green, along with trees found side never shade. That's how I got seed initially. But in the music sheets, this line was what we had originally. The second line is the gems that shine in night and rain. And to shine, like, you have to catch rays. So this does line up, but I don't know if it replaces seed or if it comes after it. I'm not entirely sure on that. Now, there are only 2 keys from this, though, and just like the book said, dead end 2 major key. The other ones here for the red book and the blue book, the words go off the page. There's none. So this does line up with that we found 2 keys that are in the May 8 lock. One of them we've already had before, and then 2 of the books don't have any. But wait, there's actually more. So dead end has been circled, and it's in major key. And that got me thinking about this specifically, because it's saying you end on 8, you end on death. And you can actually make the word end 8 or end date in the May 8 lock. And this might actually be the final entry that we need to make, because it is the end date. To also kind of back this up a little bit more, is there's this note, safe code handwritten with D8 in it. Now, of course, that could mean the study, but the study's code wasn't D8, it was 1208. And this could be referring to the last 2 characters of this particular code. So end date might be the final code that we need to enter. And considering this would pair up with dark are the days coming forth, and the key word for this one was buried, with under these stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. It kind of sounds like end date, death date, or end death. It kind of sounds like that might be fitting, and also probably not good for Mary.